Hey Stone Drivers, it's Bobby. I'm one of the moderators of the Trackmania video game franchise on speedrun.com, the major website dedicated to game speedrunning. We will move in a few days from in-game time to real time without loads as our default timing method. So this video is made to make you understand how to speedrun Trackmania games in the following weeks and months. The autosplitter I'm going to present you was made by Nex, one of the members of the Trackmania Discord channel. It is currently working on Trackmania Turbo and Trackmania 2 Stadium, and it will be working on other Trackmania 2 games when we'll finish to update the checkpoints count for each map. Trackmania United Forever and Trackmania Nations Forever might also get their own autosplitter in the future. This tutorial will be divided in 3 parts. I'll first explain to you what is inside the splits file, and I will show you my personal layout. Then I will teach you how to set up the autosplitter, and finally I'll give you a live demonstration of the autosplitter with the first official speedrun on Trackmania 2 Lagoon on white flags. All the links I will mention in this video will be in the description with more information about speedrunning on Trackmania games if you need to. So let's now jump into this tutorial. So click on the first link. This will redirect you to a Dropbox folder with all my splits and my layout. So you download all these files right there. You download all these files. Then you can put all these files in your live split folder. So I have put all my splits file and my layout in this folder. So this is my live split folder and this is my splits folder. And then after you have done that, you will have all the splits except for Trackmania United. And then you can store all the files where you want. And then on live split, you do a right click, you choose open split, then from file. Then I can choose, for example, Trackmania Stadium, white flags, and it will open me the splits. So this is the same. For example, if I choose another one, for example, Lagoon, this will open the Lagoon splits and Stadium splits. Okay, so now, after you've done that, you have to go to the second link, which will redirect you to the components for your last split layout, and you will need to download Focus Hotkeys. So after you have downloaded this zip folder, you will have to extract the folder. Then you will have to copy the DLL into the components folder in live split, and you will have your Focus Hotkeys DLL right there. Then after you've done that, you open the layout, then you open my layout. So this will be the layout you will be using. So you open the layout, then you choose the layout right there. So now, after you've done that, I will give you a brief presentation of the splits and the layout. So if we click on edit splits, you have 5 columns when you want to edit your split. So the first one is where you can add icons to each split or each segment. The second one displays the segment name. The third column will display the cumulative segment times, also called the split time, for your last run. And the fourth column will display the segment times of your last run, and the fifth column will display your best time for each segment. So you have these 5 columns for real time with loads and real time without loads. And here game time corresponds to real time without loads. In the additional info window, you can change your region. For example, this is Europe, USA, Japan, etc. And you can also change your platform. And then what you can do is with this thing, with the other thing, you can clear the history of the runs, clear the times, and clear the sum of best. And finally, this is what you have to do in the splits edit window. So after you've done that, we will have a look on the layout. So if we edit the layout, you can see all these components. So the title will display the name of the game, the category, your attempt count, and your finished run count. The layout window allow you to change settings like the font size for the timer, the text. The splits window allow you to change the splits window has columns settings at the bottom. So you have column settings at the bottom. One will show the delta between your current run and your PB over desired comparison. The second will display your real-time without loads segment times or split time. And the third column will display your real-time with loads split times. After that, we have two timers. So this one is set to real-time with loads. The second one is set to real-time without loads. Then what we have is the delta. So the delta will display the time difference between a selected comparison. So you can choose PB, current comparison, best segments, average segments, and you can choose over comparison. And then the previous segment shows you how much time you saved on the last segment compared to the active comparison, so compared to your PB, to your best segments, etc. The sum of best will display the sum of all your best times on each segment. So this becomes the optimal time you can reach after a few successful attempts on the split file. Then the possible time saves displays how much time you can save on the next splits based on your current comparison and your best segment times. The current pace will display your actual best possible time if you equal your best time for each of the future segments. Then the graph, which is this thing, the graph visually displays a live comparison between your current run and the selected comparison. Then focused hotkeys allows you to execute action on live split while playing on your game. The hotkey indicator under the graphs, so right there, I don't know if you can see it. So the hotkey indicator under the graph is green when focused hotkeys are enabled. So I will enable focus hotkeys. So this is green, so focus hotkeys are enabled and I can start the timer if I want. Okay. So now what we can do is we will go back to edit layout and I will show you the last thing. So this is the last component, the sound effect. As you've heard, when I start the timer, it doesn't activate the sound, but when I fail, you saw the Super Mario Bros. Sound, so you can add some amplify sounds. When I will beat my PB, I will have this amplify sound, so here comes a new challenger, if you know this meme. And finally, what we'll need before we move to the next part is that you have to right click on live split, then you will need to click on compare against and game time. So this will allow you to use all those components with game time, so with real time without loads and not real time with loads. So finally we can come to the interesting part. So we will set up the auto splitter and I'm going to show you how to do this on Stadium. And please keep in mind that the same process will apply to all the other Trackmania games when we'll finish to do the auto splitter for those other games. So you click on edit splits, then you will see this sentence. Load remover and auto splitting options are available, so I will deactivate this one. So you click on activate, then you click on settings, then you uncheck all, you click on auto start, reset and end for category, you choose your category, for example white flags, then you click on auto split when finishing a map. When you click on the corresponding map, so A01 to A15, yep, that's it. Then you click on OK. Okay, so now the auto splitter is activated. And finally, we come to, one thing which is important, you have to keep the game in a full screen windowed mode to have a look at the timer while playing, because if you have just in full screen mode, you won't see the timer. And we come to the most important point, so you will need to complete all maps in the chronological order. You can't finish the map A08 before A07 or the auto splitter will stop working. And when you click on the first map of the desired category, for example white flags, so I will do this right there. Even if it's Lagoon, it will work even with the Trackmania Stadium thing. So if you click on the first map, you will see that the timer will start. Here we go. Okay, so now we will leave. We'll stop the timer. So after that, if a timer doesn't start, you have to deactivate the auto splitter in the split settings. You have to activate it once again, and then you have to check the good checkboxes, and you have to retry. If you have any problems with the auto splitter, let me know in the comments what is your issue. And now we come to the very last part of this video. I'm gonna do a speedrun on White Flags on Trackmania 2 Lagoon. Because the official auto splitter for Lagoon hasn't been released, I am using the scriptable auto splitter component, where I will open an ASL file. So I will use the scriptable auto splitter component. Then I will open my Lagoon ASL file. So this one. Where is it located? Okay, trackmaniaspeedrun.com. So I open this one. Then I will click on the good checkboxes. So this one, and all those checkboxes. Here we go. So after that, so the ASL file I'm using is just a modified version of the official Stadium Autosplitter. We have just changed the checkpoint counts because the Autosplitter is working with the checkpoint count on each map. So yeah, if you like this tutorial, don't forget to smash that like button, to share this video around you, and to subscribe for lots of upcoming Trackmania speedruns on my channel. I will leave you in music with this Lagoon White speedrun. See you soon, drivers. It was your host, Rasta Burby.
à ceux qui aiment leur cappuccino,
Here comes a new challenger!
de soja et des confettis aux couleurs de l'arc-en-ciel. Ceci est pour